Michael Jackson was born on August 29, 1958, in Gary, Indiana, and was the seventh of 9 children. He was a child prodigy and began performing with his brothers in the Jackson 5 at the age of 5. His father, Joseph, was a steel mill worker and a guitarist who had once played in an R&B band. The Jackson 5 signed with Motown Records in 1969 and released their first album, Diana Ross Presents the Jackson 5, the following year. His solo career began in 1971 with the release of his album, Got to Be There. He was known for his signature dance move, the Moonwalk, which he debuted during a performance of Billie Jean in 1983. His album, Thriller, is the best-selling album of all time, with over 110 million copies sold worldwide. He won 13 Grammy Awards during his career, including 8 in a single year in 1984. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice, once as a member of the Jackson 5 and once as a solo artist. He was also inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame and the Dance Hall of Fame. He was also known for his eccentric behavior, such as keeping a pet chimpanzee named Bubbles and sleeping in a hyperbaric oxygen chamber. He was married twice, first to Lisa Marie Presley and then to Debbie Rowe, with whom he had 2 children. He was accused of child sexual abuse in 1993 and again in 2003, but was acquitted of all charges in 2005. Jackson's skin color became noticeably lighter over the course of his career, which he attributed to a skin condition called vitiligo. He was also diagnosed with lupus, a chronic autoimmune disease, in 1986. Jackson's Neverland Ranch, which he purchased in 1987, was a 2,700-acre property in Santa Barbara County, California, that included a zoo and amusement park. He was a vegetarian and was known for his love of animals. He was a devout Jehovah's Witness and would often go door to door to evangelize. Jackson's estate has continued to release posthumous albums, including Michael in 2010 and Escape in 2014. He was posthumously awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2018. Jackson's iconic red jacket from the Thriller music video sold for $1.8 million at auction in 2011. Jackson was a huge fan of comic books and would often dress up as Spider-Man or other superheroes. He was a perfectionist and would often record dozens of takes for a single song. Jackson was also a film buff and was known to have a large collection of classic movies. Jackson's music videos, such as Thriller and Billie Jean, revolutionized the medium and helped bring MTV to prominence. He was the subject of several documentaries, including Michael Jackson's This Is It, which chronicled his preparations for a series of comeback concerts in 2009. Jackson was a huge fan of the Three Stooges and would often watch their films with his brothers. He was also a fan of the Disney theme parks and would often visit them with his children. Jackson was a collector of art and owned works by artists such as Michelangelo and Van Gogh. He was also a collector of antique furniture and owned pieces from the 18th and 19th centuries. Jackson was a huge fan of Elizabeth Taylor and considered her a close friend. He was also friends with Paul McCartney, and the two collaborated on several songs together. Jackson was a fan of the video game Sonic the Hedgehog and even composed music for the game. He was also a fan of the anime series Dragon Ball Z and would often watch it with his children. Jackson was a supporter of the Democratic Party and donated to several Democratic candidates over the years. He was also a supporter of the anti-apartheid movement in South Africa and donated money to the cause. Jackson was a humanitarian and donated millions of dollars to various charities throughout his life. Jackson died on June 25, 2009 at the age of 50 from an overdose of the anesthetic propofol. His death was ruled a homicide, and his personal physician, Conrad Murray, was convicted of involuntary manslaughter. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.